sensitive? Why everybody so sensitive? Does anybody even give? We feeling babies up with medicine. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh, sipping on juice, sitting in the coupe, thinking about school, thinking about you. Come through, sniffing on blue, sniffing on.
What's going on, everybody? This is HYLO Art, 600 seconds. And first of all, I would like to ask you guys to please like, share, and comment on everything HYLO Art does. And today we have
DJ Break Records, a.k.a. The Fireman, a.k.a. Chef Ben.
Y'all give it up for DJ Break Records.
I was feeling kind of different this now. I said, oh, man.
Yeah, I had
That's
to
cool,
figure out if
though.
anybody was out
it.
there, you know what I'm saying? All right, hey, please tell everybody, how did you get started, sir?
DJing or chef?
DJing.
Okay. One of the ways that I started DJing, okay, I came to South Carolina in the year 2007. I was a hype man back then. They used to call me Killer Ben, the livest host in the city, right? I used to do dreads in West Columbia for like 6 years. Then I opened up my own club and then started, same thing, hype man. But I was a hype man working with all the DJs, and I was a rapper at the same time. So I started doing it like that. So my boy DJ Be Ready came to me and he was like, you got good song selection, because basically what I was doing was I was actually telling them what song to play. I said, watch this, I'm gonna hit the stage, I'm gonna make everybody go crazy, just drop this song. So he told me, he's like, you need to try DJing. I said, nah, I ain't doing that, because I'm out there with the girls on stage. I don't want to go out there. The DJs I thought was corny. Yeah. You back there in that one spot the whole night. I'm out there with the girls turned up in the middle of the crowd. So I had to cover for him when he had to go use the bathroom. Oh, yeah. So I had to play music for like about an hour. And I was experimenting playing, but after a while I started watching the laptop. I said, I got this, I could do this. So I went home and bought me a little $99 controller, and I just started playing in the house. He never knew that. So one night I said, I got you, just stay out there. I don't worry about it. I rocked that club so hard because I was on the mic as a hype man and DJing at the same time. The guy who's supposed to come in there and do some stuff, he didn't want the mic no more. So we killed the night, got past it. So I said, I got to get me a DJ name. I was a rapper. I didn't like the way the DJs were breaking records. So I said, I'm going to name myself DJ Break Records. I'm going to start breaking artist records. The only problem I had with that was I felt like being a New York cat that, we into competition. New York cats like to compete. I'm in competition. I'm not trying to roll with nobody. I'm trying to be the best. Now, how am I going to support a rapper and I'm a rapper? But I'm DJing, so I had to get that into play. It's either me be a rapper or a DJ. So as time rocked along, I started getting older. I started DJing more. I said, you know what, the hell with that rap. Because when I walk into a club, I get paid versus anything else. I'll support the rappers. And that's how I became DJ Break Records. Now, the Fireman is something different. That came this year. We talk about that later.
All right. Hey, who was your biggest inspiration?
DJ Kid Capri.
Kid Capri.
Yeah, that's my other nickname, the Kid Capri of the South. He was a hype man / DJ, so Kid Capri got me pushing a little harder. Also, Relly Real, God bless the dead. DJ Relly Real, King of King Street.
That's what's up. And I know y'all already done touched on this already. We asked where does this stage name come from, so you just fill back in on that. I know you just fill back in on
That's
that.
how Break Records came.
Oh,
I had another thing too, I couldn't DJ under the name Killer Ben. You can't go in no high school. We got Killer Ben in the building.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
you
it
can't
set
use
it
that
off,
name.
right?
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do it. You gotta be friendly.
Like, was DJing, was your name calling? It called you more than just being a rapper?
I thought my calling was rap music, but I realized later on that it was DJing. because I felt more control of the party and the people playing music versus me rapping. And another thing too, the money was different. So I rolled with how the money was going. So that's actually the straight answer to that question. It was no other way to make me say like, you know what, DJing and rapping. No, DJing is what it is. And I'm still in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm 53 years old, and I'm still doing it. And I'm still here. I found my place no matter if I wasn't a rapper no more, to still be doing this. Real talk.
Oh yeah, man. This is the question that I've been dying to learn about. What is it like to grow up in New York?
Now you know that's a heavy question right there. I'm gonna make this brief and short. One of the differences between growing up in New York and South Carolina is just people. It's more people. New York,
Here or New York?
in New York.
In New York?
In New York, we don't really talk to people. We don't be on that, hello, how you doing? You say how you doing, you have a great day in New York, you're going to think somebody trying to rob you. That's just what it is. We don't trust nobody like that. When I came here, I had to learn how to adapt to, hello, how you doing, stuff like that. And I had to learn how to be socialistic. And New York was more me being in the streets and surviving because of how much it costs to live out there. I did all type of stuff to make money. But what nobody knew, I was a barber in New York for 15 years in a barbershop. One barbershop, Cut Right Barbershop. I was one of the best barbers in New York, period. When I moved here, I switched everything around because I didn't want to deal with getting people to come out, flyers and all that. In New York, you had tons of people running up and down the street. You had walk-ins, so I made good money as a barber, stuff like that. So I changed my occupation when I came here. So that's the difference. New York is more hustle. Here, my hustle here is the same. It's just that I'm doing it a different way. I'm more into spending money on the things that's gonna make me money versus me just spending money to try to look good, basically. Even though I try to keep myself like that. That's the New York in me. All this is what you see, this is with me in New York.
All right. Well, what are the current and future projects that you're working on right now?
I'm not doing no projects. No projects. I'm gonna tell you why. I said I wouldn't be too candid, but I have to be 100 with it. I did the Breakdown radio show, right? With Latasha Reeves, which I call She Diddy. That show ran for about a year and a half. Everybody thought the show was a podcast, but it was a radio show. We were just live on Facebook and Instagram. We set kind of like a tone for a lot of people to do the podcast. I noticed that we stopped there with podcast. But what nobody understood was how we practiced it and how we set it in tone a certain way. And after that, I said, I was going to get into doing things, but I had 4 artists I was managing. I had Tito Gonzalez, which I still, Young Bell, Armani O.D., and Dope, the model. I gave Dope her name. She was my artist, my rap artist. So I was into those projects alone. When these guys went off and did what they doing their thing and how successful they going, my knowledge already did what they had to do. So it was nothing. I didn't want to grab on nothing else because it's time consuming. So that's the reality of that. That's my answer to that question.
Bringing it back to the music, right now, what's playing in your radio right now?
Okay, my favorite record when I pull out.
What you have in your radio right now? What's in your CD changer right now?
Finesse 2 times, back in.
Finesse 2 times.
Back in.
Nope.
It's cool when I do it, but you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you do it, the beginning part of that record is so real. Every time somebody else does something, right, it's cool. Now when I do it, it ain't cool.
It's a problem.
It's some hate. So that's my joint right there. Back in.
Okay. What's your favorite film? Comedy or drama?
Okay, that it. My favorite film is How High. I could watch How High forever. I love Red Man and Method Man. When they were smoking the dead people, getting high, that's my favorite joint. I laugh all day. My new favorite film is Woman King. I seen Woman King 4 times. I watched it 4 times, I promise you. I was trying to find out what women really liked that back then. And they were. We've been taking so much power from women to the point where now it took a movie like that to recognize their strength. Kevin Gates said it. He said it all the time. Women have that power. They're the foundations. And then on top of it, God said that paradise lies at the footsteps of our mothers. So that's how we're supposed to treat women, the same way. So Woman King is my favorite movie right now. I could go home right now tonight and watch that movie.
If you could work with any creator, dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay. As far as music or movies?
As far as movies, music, playing Peter Pat, spades, it don't matter.
I'm going to say this. This is weird. Charlemagne.
Charlemagne the God?
I talk to him a lot. Y'all, nobody knows that though. Charlemagne the
But he
God.
from here.
Charlemagne has opened my eyes. He's actually the reason why I adapted to South Carolina, because we talked a lot. Because he's in my hometown, and I'm his hometown. And we talked a lot and went through it. And I've been through the music industry where back in the days I was dealing with Jimmy Henchman from Czar Entertainment. I was signed as a rapper then. I remember when Waka Flocka's mother, Debbie, when she was an intern there, and he was working on Jimmy. I remember when the Game was there, sleeping on the couch, writing rhymes. When Waka Flocka wasn't famous, Rick Ross was signed. I remember when Brandy and her brother was signed under Jimmy Henchman. Now Jimmy was the dude that everybody blamed for shooting Tupac that went to jail. He was my manager at the time. And back then, Czar Entertainment, he was the golden boy, and I was signed to him. Before Chris Lighty, before he, God bless that, he passed away, and 50 and all of them was jumping. So I was there during that time when they had all that crazy stuff. I was in the mix of that. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why I said Charlemagne. Charlemagne is in the midst. He understands.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you say about this brother, he ain't gonna never lie to you. He gonna tell you like how it is, and I like people like that.
So is there anything that we haven't covered that you want to?
I've been talking. I've been jumping questions, right? I should never read this thing, man. It's
Yeah.
like it's stuck in my mind. No, the one thing I want to say, I don't do interviews for a reason, because the stuff I really want to say, most of the time I be on Facebook saying it. I got my Real Man Talk series. I do that a lot. I'm always talking about God, no matter what my situation is. Anything else, I'm always, every day I'm talking about God. I do that promise. I'm a Muslim, that's my religion. So I talk about God a lot. I go to church too, so I go to church with my wife. We go to church together, the whole nine. I love Jesus, the whole nine. Don't get it twisted. But my life is lived. I'm like an introvert, you know. I'm like by myself a lot, but I come out. I'm never with nobody else. For one reason, is because I learned the mistakes you make, you try to make them by yourself so you can learn from them. Because it's hard to get out of mistakes with other people. Prime example, it's a brother right there, right? In the crowd, right? I'm gonna tell you some real stuff. What's it say again? Smoke. Let me tell you some real stuff. Smoke knew me for a minute, right? And I could tell him, okay, I was locked up last month. I'm gonna keep it 100, right? For child support. I want y'all to check this out. I was paying my kid's mother $75 a week since 2019, right? COVID had came in, the courts is closed. We was going for our final determination. I never got the letter, but she got the letter. But meanwhile, she never told me she was taking the money. So when I got to court, when I got locked up, I was asking him, I said, Smoke, you know about this? Smoke said, yeah, I had that problem before. I got out of it. This is who you call. He helped me out, big time. So when I got in front of the judge, I said, Your Honor, if you let me get my cell phone, I'll show you all the Zells and Cash Apps I was sending, right? And so she finally admitted it to the judge. So the judge took a break on me. He even cut my child support in half, the whole nine. He said, I believe you. That was the end of that. But Smoke helped me out. Smoke gave me this number to call. What's they call again? The Brothers or what? That's right, the Fathers Coalition, right? I called them. They came down to help me out, and I got out of the situation. I learned something different about South Carolina. Just like that marriage law they got where you divorce, you got to wait a whole year. That's some other stuff. I'll tell you about that in private if you want to talk to me. I'll tell you how that came about. But South Carolina is the only place in the world, right, where you got so many black people that's been struggling and going through stuff, right? They've made it to where rap music, DJing, because I own a catering company, chefing and all that stuff, they made it look small. But it's the biggest thing that moves South Carolina. Stuff like this. I seen you online plenty of times doing the video stuff. When you was doing the stuff with Skip, I seen plenty of that. So we have what it takes. And I say we because I've been living here for 15 years now. So I'm a South Carolinian now. We have what it takes to make it. The only problem is, like I said today, we don't do self-evaluations. If all of us did self-evaluations, I promise you we can solve our problems and we can work together, even in marriages and relationships. So South Carolina is the key. The difference is the mind states. You change it and you'll make it. That's why I never left. I stayed here because I said, this place gonna jump. When it jump, I'm gonna be right in the middle. This place gonna jump, I promise you that. Because there's nothing but good people here. Now you got your haters now. You got them haters down here. But you know why they hating? Because they don't understand you. People hate what they don't understand. When they get to know you, it's different. It's just like that. Because they're good in the heart. I'm gonna end this because I'm long-winded. I'm a New York nigga. We talk forever. Just understand that no matter what New York person you run up on, after we've been here for a long time, my dad been here, my brother been here for a long time, we adjust. We like the place. Also, we'll leave. That's how New Yorkers are. This place right here is the next. I'm going to end it. It's the next. Not the before, it's the next. I hope God let me see it.
Oh, you'll see it. You'll see it. Is there any final shout-outs, man? Any shout-outs that you want to?
I just want to shout out everybody in South Carolina. I want to shout out my family. I want to shout out my wife. I want to shout out God first. God has put me in a position to do everything that I'm doing. September 16th, I turned 53. I'm still here living. I done went through being shot in the head, shot in the arm. I went through cancer. I went through a whole bunch of stuff. I hit a tree 60 miles an hour last year. Broke my neck, got things put in my neck. God has made me go through a lot of stuff, and I'm still here going strong. That's why God get it first. And everybody that's out here doing positive stuff, trying to build relationships, trying to show transparency, trying to show that marriage could be a key to certain stuff, and also trying to show that they're teaching the youth something. Shout out to all y'all. Real talk.
Oh, yeah. Y'all give it up for DJ Break Records.
Yeah, you couldn't wait for me. I could get it together. Try to get it together. You couldn't wait for me. I could get it together. Go find you one better. A serious